Hello students, we have already discussed history chapter 1 in the part 1, and I hope you might have understood each and every aspect of the introduction. That was just introduction. Now we shall move to the chapter in details. So we are studying the advent of modern age. Yes, that means transition, development in Europe from 1500 century to today. So we are going to discuss the factors. Before that, why at all we should study the development in Europe? Because it had a great effect on Asian countries and India as well. So I know that modern age, as I told you in the introduction, modern age began in 15th century. 500 AD to 1400 AD was a medieval period known as the Dark Ages. No development took place much. I don't say not at all, but not much comparatively after 1500 AD. So, number of development which were interrelated. They are interrelated, like Renaissance, Reformation, and Industrial Revolution. Renaissance and Reformation took place earlier, and voyages, discoveries, and one more I forgot to mention is inventions. Along with the discoveries, inventions, and Industrial Revolution later on. These were the great changes took place, and this led to imperialism. They all are interrelated, one after the another. So, number of development which were interrelated took place in the period from about 14th to 17th century. They laid the foundation of the modern world. And our modern age means in 19th century, modern age in India begins in 19th century when the Britishers came to India in 17th and ruled in 18th century, and slowly they developed transport system and communication and industries and education. And with this, there were so many development in India. Reformers fully reformed India. So, towards the end of Middle Ages, many changes were going on in Europe. These changes undermined feudal system. In the introduction, I explained you, my dear students, feudal system. This totally got declined, disintegrated. A new type of social system began. And this marked the beginning of modern age. And the first factors, as I discussed in the introduction, is Renaissance, which means rebirth or revival. How this began, Renaissance, and where it began? See, let me Just I'm sorry that I don't have. There is no map, but roughly, if you consider this, let me call this one Asia, and let me draw rough this one Europe, and this is a city Constantinople. Constantinople, and in 13th century, in 7th century, Prophet Muhammad was born, and 3-4 years Islam became famous in Gulf countries, and they were increasing and converting, trying to convert Islam, people into Islam. Turks mostly were Islamic people, and they from Asia they captured Constantinople, which was the center of trade, literature, philosophy, and paintings and art. Now, when this was captured, everything got declined. So these people shifted from here to Italy. The artisans, scholars, they shifted to Italy, and there they got encouragement. And this way, feudal system and the capturing of Turks of Constantinople encouraged Renaissance, and slowly this spread in whole of Europe. Now, there was new interest in the learning of ancient Greece and Rome, because there had been Greek philosophers and Roman mythology. Scholars began to learn this one. So, Greek philosophy, Aristotle, Plato's, Socrates, Pythagoras, so many philosophers were there great, which is now today the scientific statements have been established later. It embraced ideas and achievements in many fields. Then another event is Reformation. The term Reformation refers to the movement against certain practice of the Catholic Church. Many Catholic people in Europe and professors and priests. Martin Luther was a Catholic priest. They criticized the practices of the Catholic Church and the authority of the Pope in whole of European countries. In whole of the European countries, Pope had authority. He could appoint the king, he could remove the king. That much powerful Pope was as a religious leader and as well as a political leader. And this gave birth to Protestant churches. This gave birth to Protestant church. They protested against the Catholic Church. Now, another factor is, I told you, discoveries. Remarkable inventions and discoveries took place. And this, after Renaissance, Reformation took place, nation states. People or the rulers denied, strong rulers denied the authority of the Pope. Authority of the Pope. And there was a secular spirit among the nations, and this led to nationalism. This led to nationalism. In the introduction, I have told you, children, what is nationalism? Love for the country. Love for the country and sacrificing for the country. And this led to development in commercialization and mercantilism. So I have already told you, Renaissance, there was a development in arts, literature, religion, philosophy, politics, and the beginning of modern science. The revival of learning gave rise to new ideas. People began to question everything and did not accept everything they were told. Earlier, the people had to believe. 100% people had to believe what is told to them, and they just told yes, but they never questioned the church or the Christianity. The scholar believed knowledge should be used for the benefit of man. It's written here, the church had dominated in the life of the people. So, due to this, main features emerged that I told in the introduction: rationalism. That means we have the power to reason out things. You cannot accept anything blindly. You have to question. You have to doubt, because your mind is different from the animals. So you have the right to doubt whatever is told to you. You simply, somebody says, go and bow before that particular Baba. No, so many questions will come in your mind. Again, another term was created, humanism. So, that all human beings had right to express themselves freely. All human beings had a right to express themselves freely. Earlier, people or church emphasized only the teaching in the university. The students were taught only about God, theology and philosophy only about God and the church. But many thinkers, many literary men and painters, they had the idea to think freely and live life happily. They focused on man other than the church and God. And people had a scientific spirit. The knowledge acquired during this time was based on scientific approach. Spirit of inquiry. This is interrelated, both terms. Scientific spirit and the spirit of inquiry. The people began to ask how and why of everything. There was exploration with discoveries, new sea routes, new lands. First time ever, Africa was discovered, continent. Australia was discovered. America was discovered. Christopher Columbus discovered America. And this all encouraged Renaissance. Another factor is crusades. War took place, battles took place between the Christians and the Muslims. Crusade means religious wars. What is crusades? Religious wars between the Muslims and the Christians, because Muslims had attacked holy places in Jerusalem. So Pope asked Christians of Europe to fight against the Muslims. So another factor under how the Renaissance took place is invention of printing press. This was a great blessings for humanity. People could not read Bible. People could not read books because these were handwritten. Found very few. So people now began to read books of thinkers, great philosophers. Reformation took place in Germany, as I told you. This resulted in the split in Christianity. This resulted in the split in the Christianity and the secession of a large number of countries. That means many countries separated from Catholic Church and formed their own churches. And I told you in the beginning, nation states was emerged. Nationalism arose among the people. These are the changes. New discoveries took place. Bartholomew Diaz, Vasco da Gama found sea route from India, from Europe to India. Yes, Christopher Columbus, a great navigator, with the help of Spanish Queen, found a new land which is very much famous today. He used to think that after Europe, after Atlantic Ocean, there is some land exist. He had dreamt many times. So he found from Europe, he went to America. And he explored a new land. And further, Amerigo went, and America is named after Amerigo. Ferdinand Magellan, he went through the Atlantic, reached Pacific Ocean, and went through the southernmost point of South America and reached East Indies. So such a daring sails took place in this time. Dates. So I told you from 14th century to 17th century, many discoveries and inventions took place. So in second part, we will try to discuss Industrial Revolution and major inventions. So that will be discussed in third part. This all, and we also do our exercises. So by that time, bye bye. Keep healthy, remain healthy, and read the chapter well.